Hey, what's going on? DDO players, Axel here. Welcome back to my DDO free-to-play series. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is a series where I'm playing through DDO on a fresh free-to-play account using only what I find, first life character, no ship buffs, no auction house, no handy-downs from other players, nothing like that. So today, we're going to be doing the first raid of this series, which is Tempest Spine, the first free-to-play raid. And raids are a little different from regular quests if you're a new player watching this. So they require they're usually a little bit more they're usually more challenging. They are more group focused, and they allow up to 12 players in your party instead of the cap of 6. So the cap is 12 instead of 6, really intended more for a group experience. This first raid though, Tempest Spine, it's very soloable with one exception. So there's two parts of this raid where they require a certain amount of a stat. There's a stat rune and a lever, and they require 20 strength for the levers and 18 intelligence for the rune. And if you don't have those stats, you cannot finish the raid. So I am going to, for that reason, use my, I have a level 11 bank tune, which is a rogue, but that has the intelligence that I need for that rune. So I'm just going to be using this character over here to hit that rune, but everything else I'll be able to do myself. And obviously being strength-based build, I have no problem hitting the strength lever. So don't feel like if you're a new player that you can't jump into raids. Like very few, just because raids allow up to 12 players, that does not mean you need 12 players. If you want to run a raid on a low difficulty, there's pretty much no raid in DDO where you can't just with a six norm, like average players with on average characters, just complete the raid. I mean, you might be doing normal, but you can still complete the raid. So don't feel, I think sometimes new players feel like they can't jump into raids. Raids are really not a big deal in DDO. They're just quests. Really, they're just quests that allow more players in your party. There's nothing super special about them. A little more difficult, usually with mechanics, but not nearly as complicated as, say, a quest like the Pit, which is a regular 6-man quest. So, for the most part. There's like one or two exceptions, like Twilight Forge. Okay, as far as difficulty, I did do this on normal. Actually, I did this. I originally intended to do this on normal because I didn't really know what difficulty I could do. But we're gonna go for hard, I guess, for this. I don't think I could do elite, but this is an old raid, obviously. So the difficulty is not nearly what it probably what it used to be. So it's really no problem. As long as if you're able to hit the intelligence rune and the strength lever, there's no reason you can't get through this raid just by yourself. Or if you need, it's likely you'll need somebody to hit the other stat, because it's very unlikely you'll have strength and intelligence on the same character. So yeah, but just don't feel, if you have just a small group of players you play with, don't feel shy like you can't give this raid a go. And I'll of course walk you through it in this video. It's fairly straightforward with a couple little things you need to be aware of. Okay, so let's see.
Blazing fire elementals patrol the caldera.
So with this raid, there's a couple sections we're going to be going through. The first one is going to be fire and ice that require you to kill 2 monsters at the same time, and these monsters are quite far away from each other, but there's a way to do it solo, and I'll show you that in this video. The other thing about raids is they do not allow hirelings, which is the other big thing. And you know, the reason for that really is because raids are intended to be a group experience. And if they allowed hirelings, that would kind of defeat the purpose, I guess. I think that's, you know, obviously I don't know that for a fact, but that seems to be why they don't traditionally allow, you know, hirelings. A couple other things I did to get ready for this raid. I did buy some cure moderate wounds or cure serious wound potions. Had enough platinum to do that at this point, so that way I can stay alive. Because I don't quite have enough, I don't have enough SP and lay on hands available to just heal myself without them, especially considering no hireling. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight our way up here. Actually, we better swap over. I'm going to swap over to the rogue here. and gonna actually jump in on him. There's a lot of text you have to select through on this one just to get into the quest. Wish I would shorten that. And I actually need to invite him to the group. I didn't do that. There we go. Okay, let's hop in. If I would have been in the group, I wouldn't have had to go through all that text.
Drawn by the molten lava, blazing fire elementals patrol the caldera.
So this character, one of my many retired bank tunes. This character I originally intended, like long time ago, like 10 years ago, to be a trapper that I kept at cap, but I just kind of got to level 11, I think, and gave up on him. Maybe someday I'll revive him. He was intended to be like a drow mechanic rogue. So maybe someday he'll see action again, but for a long time now, he's just been a retired character holding inventory.
Tempest
Okay, I'm going
spy
to jump through here. Hopefully these fire ellies don't kill me.
golden ring surrounds the base of the spire.
Should be fine.
Scarred a cliff face.
His health really doesn't matter. I'm just using him to pull this first, hit this first intelligence rune. Okay, let's hop back to my main character here.
Here in the belly of the mountain, the heat from running rivers of magma is oppressive.
I really would love, I still haven't picked up good items for strength. I still haven't really picked up any strength items. I'd love a strength 5 item here at this level range, so I can stop having to cast the short duration wands. I know I've mentioned that a bunch in previous episodes, but it's really getting annoying. So did pick up, I'm wearing a fire resistance. Just some piece of gear I picked up happened to have fire resistance on it. And I really forgot I need to have magic missile immunity on for this. Let's go ahead and get our shield wand. These traps should be fine. Just stay on the outside. Might get hit once or twice, but yeah, I'll be fine. So as we venture through here, we're almost to fire and ice. We have to get a rune. There's actually 3 runes. You can get up to 3. And each rune you use at the end fight. And each rune makes the boss a little easier to beat. So the first one, really the only one we can... Ooh, that's not good. Being a little bit too lackadaisical with my health, actually. I better... Let's retreat. Okay, it's fine. Although I think one of those casters debuffed me. Okay, so now we're to the point where this leads us to the, towards the end of the raid, and the left here is, this is where fire and ice is. So here's the intelligence rune. We can't get it. I'm actually going to put on my intelligence cloak just to see, but yeah, I still can't get it. It requires 18 intelligence, so we're going to swap over and run our rogue through here, which I guess I should heal him a little bit because of the traps. Yeah, you're seeing some of the audio play twice, but nothing I can really do about that. It's because I got 2 instances of the game up here. Alright, so here's our rune. We will be staying, and that's it for my rogue. He's going to be staying there the rest of the dungeon.
Approaching the crystal box has triggered some mechanism within the iron golem.
But as I was saying, the three runes we can pick up, they have different effects. So one, I think the main one we want to get is H, which is what actually allows him to be killed, because otherwise his health just regens. So you have to at least get 1 rune to fill in the H rune, and I'll show you what H means at the end fight when we get there. But you got to at least get that one. But there's also an underwater section, and in addition to that, there is a kind of a trapping section where you can get the 2 other runes. But I really wanted to do for this video the underwater section, but I don't actually have an underwater action item yet. I still have not found one. I still only have this ring of water breathing, so I really don't think I can do it, unfortunately. So I'm just going to be doing the required rune today, the H rune. But if you want to do the other runes, you know, it removes other aspects of his defenses, making him easier to be killed. Okay, so this ice flenser, which I did not mean to... Actually, this is going to work out. Okay, so we want to drag this ice flenser, has to be killed at the same time as a fire flenser in fire. So this is, you know, it's called fire and ice. This is ice, obviously. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a cold resist. Actually, no need for fire resist. We have resist 19 already on our equipment. But yeah, this guy actually won't rubber band. You can just pull him straight down to this area. And I'm noticing, yeah, I mean, being on hard here instead of normal, I'm noticing a lot more damage from this guy. Damage really wasn't an issue when I was soloing this on normal. Okay, so there's the fire reaver. So we have to kill him at the same time as the ice. There's also these other Memphits. They don't really matter. Okay, there is ice down, and there's fire down. Okay, that's all there is. If I want, I could go and use the shrine over in ice. Don't think I'm going to bother. There's another shrine we'll get later. So what we got to do is we got to run up here, and now this room is open over here, and this has 2 chests for us where you can get bound to character loot in these chests as well. And then this rune here is the thing we have to pick up. Have to pick that up or you can't finish the raid. Occasionally you'll run this and say, hey, I got a, what is this? Oh, Choker of the Silver Tongue. Charisma 5, well, it's not really that great for us. Diplomacy, Bluff, and Intimidate, we don't really use any of those skills. Charisma 5 would be nice, but I'm not going to give up my Night Forge Gorget. But we'll take it, but I doubt I'll use it unless, I don't know, maybe unless if I find another Fortification 100% item possibly, but unlikely. Scale Mill, okay. Nothing else we'll use. What is this? Composite Shortbow. Need to remember I'm actually on... I'm on my free-to-play account. I need to loot stuff. So I have platinum. Okay, so we're done with Fire and Ice now. So now we just progress. So after Fire and Ice is done, you go to the right. And this can be confusing because as you can see here, there's not really any map here. This is kind of like there's a section, a time where they really in these caverns, a lot of caverns in the game, like in Sora Dusk Isle or in Madstone Crater and Giant Hold. They don't have maps inside, so the only way to learn this raid really is just kind of, you just have to know it. You can't rely on a map. So there is a beholder down here. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. No, it's not here. It's before I think it's before the boss fight. We're getting close, though. Okay, there's different methods to progress through this raid. I'm just going to show you the most common, popular method, and this is the one I always do. It's known as the shortcut method. When you get to this part of the raid, you see these 2 trees, And to progress, you just need to jump and fall. And there's a doorway down there. Not necessarily the way I don't think the devs intended the raid to be progressed through, but it's a shortcut that pretty much everyone uses. One thing to be careful about here is when you jump, you need to make sure not to hit the side of the mountain, because you need to have a feather fall item on, of course, but if you jump and hit the side, it can bump you, push you out, and get you not where you want to go, basically. It can knock you down this chasm, and then you have to climb all the way back up. So you don't want that. But, okay, we'll just feather fall right down here.
Over the edge, you realize that a fall from this
And you can now hold, by the way, see what I did there? I don't know if I explained that in a series before, but you can hold shift if you're feather falling like that. This is a change the devs made just within the last year, which is was a great change. If you're feather falling and you want to fall faster, you can just hold shift to cancel your feather fall, or your whatever. If you might have remapped that, like I remap shift to Windows key, but yeah, just hold shift, hold block, whatever you have for block.
A blast of cold air funnels through the opening in the cavern. The crisp air is laden with water crystal. Hill giants ensure that the drow encamped dead are surrendered to their labors. Pitiful state for a once free.
Okay, so on our left here, you see a locked door. There's like another path you can progress through the raid if you have open lock, but we don't have that, so we're not going to use it. Okay, here we got a fight with a bunch of rust monsters. So you got to make sure that you got a different weapon equipped. Okay, there's another one over here. Huge rusty. There we go, not too bad. Okay, and we got a shrine, which we're going to go ahead and grab. Good, and heal up for... Oh, there's another rusty snuck up on us. Oh, and I need to not use my main weapon. That was bad. Okay, now let's shrine. And we're getting to the end. It's not a very long raid. If you know where you're going, it's not a very long raid. Okay, well actually I really shouldn't have buffed there, because this beholder that we're about to get to is going to debuff me. It's going to debuff me anyway. So this is the second strength lever. This also requires 20 strength. And here's our beholder, which thankfully, you know, being a paladin and hitting level 12, we have immunity to negative levels. So I'm not too worried about beholders anymore. Tried to stun him. Unfortunately, he made a save. So he debuffed us. If you know you're going to face a beholder, often there's no point in buffing yourself, because he's just going to strip your buffs anyway. Okay, so here's the end fight. So what we're going to do is we have a light puzzle, and we want to run the light to the H rune, which is where we need to plug our the rune that we actually picked up, this rune, into. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. And then since we're on a melee, it's really important to stay near the stairs, because there's a couple effects the giant can do to us. He can throw this grease-like effect on the ground, which can cause us to slide off, which we're unfortunately can't really do anything about, because there's no access to freedom of movement for us at this level as free-to-play. So we're going to try to just stay near the stairs and hopefully don't get knocked off by that. And then there's also a wind effect, so he can blow you and it can throw you off, because when we go through this portal, we're going to be on the very top of this mountain, and he has effects that can just blow you straight off the mountain, and that really sucks, because if that happens to you, you have to run all the way back up here to fight him, and by the time you get up here, he's gonna have his health regened. So what we got to do is just stick right next to the wall after we do the puzzle, because he won't typically, I don't think he will ever blow you off before the puzzle is completed. So we're going to get, let's see, do this. I think we need this. Fortunately, a lot of these buffs are going to wear off during the fight. It's going to be kind of a long fight because we don't have, we do not have long duration buffs. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Yeah, haste and then we're good. Or expeditious retreat and we're good. Okay. And we're going to do... Yeah, I need electric resist. I should have done electric resist. Probably sonic resist as well. So we need to continually heal ourselves. So there's a one wind effect. I don't think he'll be blowing us off the edge though. Hopefully we can take this damage. Move, Mr. Revert guy. He's right in the way of this puzzle. Okay. So there we go. There's H. That's when I say H, I mean that rune. So there's this jug here. We got to put our rune into it. Okay, we got it. Now we need to run to the stairs. Right here. And this is where we're going to stay. And he will try to bait you to run out there and hit him. You do not want to fall for the bait. You just want to stay here near the... So because we'd only have one rune, he has a lot of DR that we're not... I can't bypass. I have no way to bypass it. I don't have... I believe it's adamantine bypass. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But we have no way to bypass that. I've not managed to find an adamantine weapon. So we're just going to have to stick here near the stairs and wait for him to come over here. We're going to rebuff as we can. Make use of our avenging cleaves here because it'll do nice proc damage for us because our base attack is not doing too much here. I need to use this. Prayer. Smites as well. There we go, 320. That's a nice one. So there's his wind attack. We should be fine if we stay right here. Now, it could happen. We could still get blown off the mountain. Hopefully it doesn't happen to us. If it does, I'm going to have to run up here. But he is down to about an eighth, I can see. So we're going to do this. Knock this down. That's okay. And I missed my avenging cleave. That's unfortunate. He's almost done. He's down to a sliver. And, oh, okay. See, that's why you stay near. If you go out there near those columns, you can just get blown off. So, very careful. That is an Angel's Tear potion that I got from the Silver Roll. There we go. Tempest spawn on hard. So, I mean, that kind of goes to show you guys, I mean, there's no reason not to give these raids a shot. I mean, I'm on a free-to-play character, First Life, with only random generated loot, and I still was able to solo this on hard. So, I mean, as long as you can get the runes, don't feel like as a new player, you can't give this raid a shot. I know a lot of people feel a little intimidated by raids, but I'm telling you, it's not a big deal. Like, if you have one or two friends, you can at least come in here. If you can, as long as you can hit the intelligence of 18 and the strength of 20, there's no reason you can't complete this raid. It's not as bad as you might make it out to be. So let's see if we get anything. Invigorating Helm of Stunning. That's not bad. Stunning plus 6. That's actually kind of nice. Because I think we have Sheltering. We would lose 7 MRR. Okay, but I'm going to probably hang on to that one. Might make use of that helmet. And we did not get any raid loot, unfortunately. What else we got? Nothing else here we're going to be able to use. One cool thing about this raid is after the boss dies, there is a D-door that will appear near the beginning of the dungeon that will teleport you right up here to the top, and that's only after the fight's done. So if you are in a group and some people have gotten blown off the top, by the giant's attacks here, you can at least teleport straight to the top without having to run all the way through just to get your loot. So yeah, guys, let's finish out and see what loot we got from our in reward list. Let's see, anything? Short sword. No great swords. No great swords. Let's see, we got magical resistance. MRR, okay. Combat mastery. Okay, nothing good here. Alright guys, but that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you for future episodes. Have a good one. Take care.